John Calipari joins us here on the Tim Brando Show, national championship coach of the Kentucky Wildcats. Hello, John. How are you?
Tim, I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. Congratulations to you. I think you know because we spoke earlier in the week. I said it at the time when I saw you with Dale Brown at the basketball writers function where where Davis was being honored as well. I was happy for you as well. I think I don't root for teams. I root for people, and I've known you a long time. I think you're deserving of this. I really do.
Well, you know what? What I wanted, as I said before the game, I want this one to be for the ages. That shows all the young players and people out there that young players who are really talented can sacrifice for each other, can play more for their teammates than themselves, can defend and play how they have to play to win, and can withstand all kind of rushes and win the game anyway. Yeah. And I said, I want this to be for the ages, and I'm hoping when people watch it, that's what they saw.
Well, it's certainly what I witnessed, and the development of your team over time this year was pretty unique, and I don't think enough time has been given to that, John. I mean, you've had great players before. You've had wonderfully talented guys that have made deep runs into the NCAAs, but what I noticed about this group was that you even had younger players influencing veteran players that had maybe a little more difficulty in maturing over time. I don't think enough attention's been paid to that. I really don't.
Well, you may be right. You know, one of the things, someone asked me, when did I know that we were like that team?
Yeah.
And that's when Marcus Teague started playing truly as a point guard. Then I knew, okay, we got this thing. Now we can go forward and let's see if we can do something, specific.
Hey, I mentioned this because it is about the team, and I understand you wanted it for your fan base. I get all of that. But if you don't mind, because I was at the game, I wasn't watching on the tube. I was just sort of watching you with my family from about 20 rows up behind Nance and Kellogg and those guys. Just your reaction, knowing you as I have since your days as an assistant coach and then on to UMass, your energy, your enthusiasm, it's unbridled, always has been. But I kind of got a sense of relief just watching you. Was there a sense of relief?
There's two things. Tim, I was exhausted.
Uh-huh.
And I really didn't want to deal with media. I wanted to be with my team. But you got to go in and do all that media stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot of guys that have their agendas.
Right.
It doesn't matter what I say. They're going to write what they want to write. They have their opinion. They're doing it for maybe another coach or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't want to deal with it at that time. So I did look kind of like he's just how I felt. Now, I told my wife when she came up, I said, you know what's great? No more of this drama that our team or I have to deal with. I can get down to business of just coaching basketball teams, coaching individual players, getting players to reach their dreams, getting them to change habits, getting them prepared for life after basketball, all the things I'm supposed to be doing without the drama of you got to win one. Now, before the game, they said, they're saying you're the best coach to never win a national title. How do you feel about that? I said, well, is that good or bad? I don't know if it's good or bad. And then after the game, they said I was the worst coach to win a national title. I don't know what to think.
Well, listen, and I'm going to just say it outright. When you began at Mass, we didn't have a gazillion channels with a lot of airtime to fill. And with all due respect, as a contributor to perhaps too much talk about things that we hear too much of, I'm just going to say to you, you're a victim of the timing of what's happened in our industry. We should put more exercise shows with Denise Austin on in mid-morning sports television. I miss those shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But you know what? Here's the thing. You know you have to do all the stuff.
Yeah.
But listen to me. When I walk in that media room, it's like going to the dentist for me.
Right.
And I'm having a root canal, and I know it.
Yeah.
And I got to sit there through that.
Right.
And then some of the people are so mad. The media, they look like they're constipated. They're so mad that this is happening. And I got to deal with that. And I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather be with my team, my family. So it wasn't that I wasn't happy. I was extremely happy.
Great.
I just didn't want to be there.
I hear you. Cal, the people that you want to share your happiness with, that maybe are outside your family, maybe people in the coaching profession. Heck, even Bill Self was somebody that you shared a great deal of time with in Kansas. Your relationship, the two of you, both having a relationship with Larry Brown that was so meaningful. Have thoughts of any of that come into your head at all?
Well, I've had so many coaches text me and tell me congrats, this was my year and that stuff, and I appreciate all that. But I'm telling you, this is about these kids, and for me, I never wanted it to be about me. Mm-hmm. I wanted it to be about them, and what people took from that game more than anything else, that this was an unselfish, hard-playing, caring team. Team, in every sense of the word, that took on all comers at their age, 18 and 19 years old, and got it done. Wow, how did they do it? They're good kids. They're good guys. They're good players. They care about one another, and that's what we're all trying to teach.
Hey, John, it looked to me as though in the first half of the game last night, you really had things going your way. You got the pace of play where your guys had a comfort zone. Your defense was just amazing, and you dictated the tempo. Were you a little surprised when you looked up and you saw that large of a lead? And how did it affect you when you were talking to your guys at halftime?
Well, I told them they'll make a run. I said they've made a run every tournament game they played in. The only thing was they never played us and made that run. And I said, but they're going to come back at us. And what I will tell you is you just keep attacking. Now, the start of the half kind of got me to where I'm like, wow, we don't want to have them having 50 possessions this half. So I pulled the reins back for about 8 minutes just to shorten the time so they didn't have as many possessions. Mm-hmm. And then we took another stretch and we started going up and down again, and then we finished the last 4 or 5 minutes the same thing. I just did not want to give them a lot of possessions with a Robinson, a Taylor, and the guys that could shoot the ball for them to get them to be able to be close enough. They got to 5.
Right.
They really never got past that point.
Right. I thought, to be honest with you, John, Davis, I mean, he was obviously impacted a lot by Withy and Robinson, particularly Withy, through the course of the game. He actually was, I think, more comfortable on the wing than he was inside. But in trying to take a little bit of the air out, you constantly wanted to go into him. That was sort of the idea, right?
Well, we went in. We went in, but we were also playing him as a passer.
Yeah.
And then we told them later, just square up and take them off the bounce. Quit trying to muscle people. That's not your game. We told Terrence the same thing. And I think they made great plays going to the rim. And the shot that Anthony Davis made in the corner was a huge shot.
It was.
And it only was 1 for 10, but that one was huge.
Yeah,
and you think about it.
I think it's the forgotten one.
The player of the caliber of Anthony Davis goes 1 for 10.
Yeah.
And you win the game by 8. Think about that. Think about the rest of our team.
Absolutely.